Customization in Cyberpunk 2077 is not all just about body and genital customization. How you customize your character's style is a huge factor in a world where style is everything. Additionally, due to the fact that Cyberpunk 2077 is a role-playing game, your clothing and style becomes even more important, as the clothes that you wear can have a direct influence on your street cred or on your in-game statistics, which can help or hinder you in particular missions. You'll be able to pick up different clothing items with different resistance perks. The different perks that you can have resistance to are physical, thermal, chemical, and electrical resistance. So if you know a little about the possible opponents that you're going to be up against, you can choose clothing that will help you in this battle. So when you're against the animals who are very physically strong, for example, you can protect yourself against melee attacks by choosing clothing items with physical resistance. Or if there's a boss fight where you know that they'll be using fire weapons against you, you can use thermal resistance to give you that edge. You will also be able to build up your street cred by doing side missions around the world of Night City. As your reputation grows in the city, you can unlock new vendors where they may be able to offer you more unique styles of clothing with new and improved perks. Not only could you unlock new clothing items, but you could also get new cyberware, which will not only create a unique character, but unique ways to approach different missions in this game. In a previous video, I went over in depth the customization options that will be available for Cyberpunk 2077. I will link this again in the description for those of you who haven't seen it and would like to check it out. In this video, we touched off that Cyberpunk 2077 will just be in first person. Now, although that it won't be in third person, and you might be worried that you won't be able to see your character after you spend so many hours customizing it, you'll still be able to see your character in the in-screen menus, as well as in real-world reflections such as mirrors. You'll also be able to see your character in the cutscenes that you'll have throughout the game. You may have heard that in Cyberpunk that style is everything, and it really is. Not only is it the clothes that you wear or the cars that you drive, but as you drive around Night City and you look around, you'll see that different neighborhoods have their own style. The visual identity of Cyberpunk 2077 is made up of 4 distinct eras. These are Entropism, Kitsch, Militarism, and Neokitch. Although these 4 distinct styles were born in chronological order in the Cyberpunk timeline, certain districts or social groups across Night City will adopt aspects from each of these styles to either signify the amounts of wealth that they have, or just out of sheer necessity. Talking about these distinct styles, Martha Jonkers, who is the senior idea artist in CD Projekt Red, says they really are the backbone of the visual design of the city. Jonkers explains, because real cities also have many different layers of architectural styles, many different vehicles from different ages riding around, fashion, not everyone's wearing the same. I think this will really add to the life of the city and really make it feel grounded so that you can really absorb yourself into this world. The first of these 4 cultural aesthetics that we will look at is Entropism. Entropism is the look of poverty that derives from humans grappling with and struggling against technologies and its unforgiving advance. It denotes a lack of design, with a general poverty of means and ideas. Entropism is the first of the design eras, and is such the oldest of the 4 styles seen in Cyberpunk. It is typified by the phrase necessity over style, and draws its roots from a period of austerity following a global financial crash earlier in the Cyberpunk timeline. Buildings in the style of Entropism are old, grey and decrepit. They often appear in areas of low wealth where people can't afford to modernize. Some of the vehicles that you will see driving around with an Entropism style would be the Magigai Maimai or the Archer Hella. The next stop on our exploration of the Cyberpunk style is Kitsch. Kitsch is the look of a long lost golden age on people entirely unwilling or unable to forget it. It's flashy, bold, and usually cheap, filled with gold-plated cyberware, implants encased in brightly coloured plastic, and larger-than-life makeup. After the hard times from the stock market crash in the lore, society began to recover, and people looked for ways to brighten up the grey world they'd become accustomed to. Kitsch was a popular counterculture movement against the austerity of Entropism. It was like an expression of happiness and recovery in a period of relative excess. Kitsch style is typified by bold colours, bright plastic and accessibility. So think neon hair, illuminated tattoos and chrome. With kitsch, function comes second, its looks what really matter. It is typified by the phrase style over substance. If you're driving around Night City and you start to see more rounded shapes and colours like yellow and turquoise, you're most likely in a kitsch district. A person who is a fan of this style might be also seen driving around in any of the Quadras or a Mizantani Xi'an, or else a Thornton Colby. A nice contrast to the kitsch style is the neo-militarism style. Neo-militarism is the look of global conflict and corporations fighting for power. It's cold, it's sharp, it's modern. It gives you that kind of look that you're just about to drop out of an AV cargo and head straight into battle. The neo-militarism style is separated from the austerity of Entropism by its sleek and domineering aesthetics. It is power dressing for the powerful, and summed up by the phrase substance over style. It is corporate, militaristic fashion, and has deadly elegance without ostentation, while also having an air of practical luxury. If you want to see this style in the architecture in Night City, head to downtown or the corporate plaza. Vehicle wise, anything you take into war would be a neo-militarism style vehicle, but driving around Night City you'll see vehicles like the Chivalron Trax, for example, owned by powerful individuals who are sporting the style. Our last stop on style in Cyberpunk is Neokitch. Neokitch is the look of infinite wealth and vanity. It's synonymous with luxury and has been blossoming among Night City's wealthiest elites for a number of years now, by the people who can afford to buy anything or can afford to be anything that they want to be. Neokitch is the most recent of the four styles in Cyberpunk. Where the original kitsch era was marked by its accessibility, Neokitch is the opposite. Neokitch is the look of the ultra wealthy. Now, while it has similar colour palettes to the earlier era kitsch, Neokitch incorporates natural fabrics into its clothing and things like wood and marble into its architecture. These are things that normal people in Night City can't afford. Neokitch is for celebrities, for braindance stars, for business moguls and heirs to corporate fortunes. It's for corporate executives that have abandoned the look of neo-militarism styles and returned to the roots of kitsch, but want to also flaunt their wealth that they've accumulated over years. If you'd like to see this neo-kitsch style in the city, I'd suggest you go to North Oak, where many of the Night City elites live. You'll also see them driving around in the top tier cars from the Herrera and Rayfield models, such as the Outlaw or the Erendite. So as a player, you will be choosing between these four styles to help customize your character. Depending on the life path that you choose at the start, will also dictate the kind of style that you're surrounded by. For example, if you choose the corporate path, you'll start off working down in Corporal Plaza, where you'll be surrounded by people running around in a neo-militarism style. This would be a complete contrast to if you started as a nomad, where necessity will always be more important than style. So you'll be surrounded by Entropism in the cars, the vehicles and the clothes that people wear. I'm a big fan of world building, and when game developers really try to make a world seem authentic. I can't wait to drive around Night City and see the different styles in the architecture in different districts and sub-districts. I've actually done a video if you'd like to see different sub-districts and districts in Night City, which I'll also link in the description. One thing I'd really like people to take away from this video is how important style is in Cyberpunk 2077. It is caked into not just the world, but the clothes you wear and also the vehicles you drive. It'll dictate who the person is that you're talking to and may influence how you want to interact with that person. What you're wearing might also influence how they want to interact with you. I think I'll be starting off as a nomad, so I'll be embracing the Entropism style, I think. Although it would be quite funny to have a neo-militaristic style and your nomad driving around the Badlands. But let me know below in the comments what style you're going to have for your character when you're playing Cyberpunk. As always, leaving likes and comments for this video really does help with the algorithm on YouTube, so it's always appreciated, and I really do try to get back to as many comments as I can. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more videos like it, why not consider subscribing? It's free and it really does help the channel out. So that's it for all the style in Cyberpunk 2077. Can't wait to see what all your style choices are, and I'll see you all in Night City.